Hello, Hacks and Hobbies listeners. Are you looking to share your opinions, give me feedback, or tell me what you're thinking? Send me a voice message. Voice messages are an easy way for you to send me audio that might end up in future episodes of Hacks and Hobbies. They're the latest feature from Anchor, the platform I use to make this podcast. Here are some of the things I would love to hear from you. Are you enjoying the direction the podcast has taken for season 2? Is there someone I can interview that will absolutely help you gain more knowledge? What do you think of the different topics that I talk about on the podcast with my guests? You can send me a voice message right now from wherever you're listening. Just tap the link in my show notes. I can't wait to hear from you. Thank you for tuning in to Hacks and Hobbies with your host, Junaid. In Season 2 of Hacks and Hobbies, we're visited by our amazing guests coming from all walks of life who want to learn their story, their struggles, and their journey on how they got to where they are today. So stick around. In this episode, we get to speak with Robert J. Moore, an international best-selling author. He's written numerous books, and I had the opportunity to work with him on one of the projects. So here we have Robert J. Moore. Hi, Robert. Thank you for coming on to the podcast.
Hey, how are you today?
I'm doing great. Thank you. How about yourself?
I'm tired, but I'm well. I'm tired, but well.
Awesome. So tell us a little bit about yourself and how you got into this business of writing books and being an author and being awesome.
Well, down the road, years ago, I used to be a real bad apple. I was drinking, drugging all the time. I got myself in a bit of trouble, in and out of jail. I was living on the streets. And I realized I didn't like that lifestyle anymore. It just wasn't becoming me. It was just nobody wanted me around. I guess I was arrogant. I was becoming angry at the world, but I was really angry at myself. And then next thing you know, I decided, well, I need some extra help to get off the booze and see things differently. So I went into detox several times before that. It was just to dry out, just to get some extra food in me and some sleep, and then go back out and hell raise again, I'll call it.
Uh-huh.
Simply put, it took me a long time, actually, to get over everything. It was age 31 years old when I finally stopped. I got 13 years clean and sober now. But at the same time, when I was looking at it, I had such a criminal record. I couldn't figure out how I was going to compensate for that, how people were going to look at me without seeing that criminal record. So I decided, I'll start volunteering. And I would start doing my education because I always wanted to get my grade 12 anyways. I didn't know where I wanted to go from there. Just I knew I wanted to get my grade 12. So I went to like an adult learning center, and I ended up getting my grade 12. And then I said, okay, well, I kind of like this learning aspect.
Yeah.
So I took it to a whole new addiction, I'm going to say, a whole new level, because I ended up getting my social service worker diploma, my addictions degree, my BA in psychology, my master's in counseling psychology. I also got my harm reduction and my mental health crisis.
Wow, amazing.
Yeah.
That is quite an amazing story. I mean, that's one way to do it.
Well, the thing is, when I was doing all that, what I liked about it was I was debriefing every 2 weeks because I was coming off the alcohol and I needed someone to talk to because I was using the alcohol as a clutch for my feelings before to numb them. When they were thawing out and I was going through school, what I realized I was doing was all my thesis, all my projects I was doing, all my essays, all the stuff I was doing was on stuff I was relating and having a problem with in the past or present. So it really worked out well. And then I got to see a counselor every 2 weeks to debrief all the situation and help guide me through it. So it really, really helped. And then I started doing counseling. So I became a registered therapist, became a registered addiction counselor. Now I train addiction counselors and I train other entrepreneurs to reach different levels now.
Nice. That is fascinating. So tell me, what is something that you're doing right now? I mean, you're helping entrepreneurs, you're helping authors, you're helping.
Yeah, I love helping other people get their story out. That's one of the biggest things with me is I like helping people get their story out because what
Mhm.
happens is a lot of people don't know how to tell their story. A lot of people, I keep it
Yeah.
so basic.
Yeah.
Even yourself, I mean, you got to see how basic it was, but as you
Hmm.
went on, I mean, you realize that you can go on forever with your story.
Oh yeah.
I mean, a lot of people don't realize that their story is valuable. And that's one of the biggest things. So, magnetic entrepreneur, I come up with the name magnetic entrepreneur, personality
Hmm.
that attracts, because we all have that personality. When you're looking at emotions,
Yeah.
magnetic entrepreneur is something people look at and they gravitate to, right? It's like a magnet. But
Hmm.
then the personality is what is the actual dragging into. So that's why I call it a magnetic entrepreneur, a personality tracks.
Yeah.
But this book has taken a whole new twist, and I'm loving it.
Hmm.
Originally, I was just going to do a series of 5 books,
Yeah.
and just leave it like that.
Hmm.
But I'll be honest with you. I took the volume out of the book, the word volume off it, so no longer
Hmm.
will have a volume on it.
Yeah.
The very first book was endorsed by Les Brown,
Yeah.
the number one motivational speaker in the world. Now I've been talking to Don Green, CEO of Napoleon Hill Foundation.
Ah,
He's offered to endorse any book that he reads. I want to clarify that any book that he reads, and the reason why is
interesting.
because he wants to read the book that he's endorsing, so he knows what's going out there, whether he
Yeah.
want it.
Yeah.
And we made that agreement. Now, anybody that usually comes in to have a chapter in one of these books
Hmm.
for Magnetic Entrepreneur, I don't just keep it the name Magnetic Entrepreneur Personality Tracks.
Yeah.
I'm doing it like Chicken Soup for the Soul, where it's Chicken Soup for the Soul for women, for men, for Florida, for New York City, for whatever, right? For CEOs.
Hmm.
That's what I do is like this. I do Magnetic Entrepreneur Personality Track for CEOs, for beginners, for all the different styles. You can put different names in real estate, but the people I have doing the forwards
Yeah.
are always celebrities. So let me tell you a little list here that I have
Yeah. Yeah.
of
Let's hear it.
this is huge. Tony J. Salini, he's a world leading authorities on human behavior and emotional spiritual intelligence.
Wow.
I have Patrick Brown, the international speaker. He's Les Brown's son,
Hmm.
right? I don't know how to say this one guy's name, but he's the CEO of Super Technologies all around the world.
Yeah.
I really can't say his name. I have to apologize to him. Um,
No, no, I can say his name is Rehan Alawala,
that's right.
the
Yeah,
Pakistani
that's right.
business magnate. Hmm.
Yeah. Okay, you know who he is, then, right?
Yeah, well, I know the name. I can read the name because I'm from Pakistan myself.
Okay, there you go. Yeah, you can
Yeah.
pronounce it properly. And
Hmm.
me, I don't know. I think we use it kind of. There's silent words in there that we don't really look at or something. But
Got it. Got it. Yeah.
okay, Raymond Aaron, a New York Times bestseller.
Oh wow.
He's a top 10 New York bestseller.
Hmm.
Rydick Bowe is a two-time heavyweight champion of the world that just made Hall of Fame.
Wow.
And Don Green also did a forward in it. And Sharon Letcher, the co-author of Rich Dad Poor Dad. Bob
Oh,
Proctor,
Rich
number
Dad
one in the
Poor Dad,
world.
man, I love that book. Hmm.
Yeah. And then you got Todd Stoudemire. I'm just getting approved today for
Hmm.
1992-93. He was the pitcher for the Blue Jays World Series.
Wow.
You got Brad Lee, the owner of Lightspeed, online Lightspeed, where all the high end people go to use the platform for their stuff. You got
Uh-huh.
Steve Seabolt. He's featured on Today's Show, Good Morning Show, America, BBC, Television Europe, NBC Australia, CBS, Fox, and dozens of other television, radio, newspapers, and magazines from around the globe. Tim Burt, CBS radio advertising coach, author, producer, credited with more than 30,000 ads worldwide. Tracy Schmidt, she's the unstoppable Tracy, international speaker, international bestseller. Don Furtman, he's a chief development officer at franchise for headquarters for Subway.
Hmm.
So that's the people I have right now, and I'm working on about another 5 or 6 more.
And these, so where are these people gonna be? Where can we read about him? In one of the Magnetic Entrepreneur book?
In the Magnetic Entrepreneur, they do the forwards for it.
Oh, they're gonna do the forwards.
Yeah, they're the ones that remember. I always said I'm going to have people do forwards that are
Right, right.
celebrities, and the reason why I have the celebrity status in there, I'm going to tell you
Yeah.
guys. The reason why is because I want to bring all the people that are in the book. It doesn't matter if they're already international bestsellers, but I want to bring
Right.
them to a whole new level,
Yeah.
right? So people that never wrote a chapter in their life, or people that never wrote a book in their life, it gives them an opportunity to write a chapter, 1,500 words, 2,000 words,
Yeah.
and it gives them a chance to become an international bestseller, because that's one thing I always guarantee. I always
Hmm.
guarantee I make it to international bestseller, and then I'm still working on the next book at the same time, and then I'm hoping to get to New York Times bestseller.
Nice. Now that would be a big one.
Yeah.
Um, One guy that I've been listening to and following, he's actually got a masterclass on masterclass.com. Is James Patterson, New York Times bestseller novel,
Hmm.
and everything he touches or everything he writes becomes a New York Times bestseller.
Nice.
And I was like, how are you able to do it? So he's got a whole course on how you can become a writer. So I've been listening to him and I've been watching and I've been doing the exercises, and it's very, very revealing. Absolutely revealing.
Yeah. You know what? I realized that when I was sitting there on the street and I was rolling my last cigarette and I was looking around with it, I was sitting on the top of a case of beer.
Hmm.
And I looked around and I said, is this the life I really want? Well,
Yeah.
we all have a vision,
Yeah.
right? We all have a vision. And my vision never actually opened up and actually took place until after I was 31 years old and started getting clean and sober,
Hmm.
because I need to get that fog out of the way. Once
Yeah.
that fog was out of the way, it was one person that came up to me and she
Hmm.
says, why don't you write a book about your story?
Yeah.
Right. And I did that. The very first book, it did not go well.
Hmm.
It did not go well. And that's a learning curve. I liked it. But what it did do, it brought another guy to me.
Hmm.
This guy came to me and says, Robert, he says, here's my story. I would like to get it out there in a book form. So I helped him put it in a book form.
Yeah.
That guy's name is Forrest Willett. He happens to work for Jack Canfield now.
Yeah.
He's actually in the same book you were in, too.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, he's got a chapter in there, too.
Fantastic.
Jack Canfield actually wrote the story in the book for him.
Hmm.
Yeah, that's true.
Wow.
And then there's another guy that touched me later on down the road. He says, Robert, I can't spell or anything like that, so I want to be able to do a book. So I sat with him.
Hmm.
I found a device that he can actually talk into, and it'll read it off for him.
Yeah.
Fortunately, he ended up dying, but he was doing really, really well with that.
Yeah.
So, but I mean, it gave me the hope that, hey, listen, you know what? There's obviously something going on here. I love
Hmm.
empowering other people. I love seeing other people smile. But the key is, I know this. It's you got to get rid of all the aspect of money.
Yes.
When we focus on money, the resistance kicks in,
Hmm.
and then we're not making money because we're focusing on how much we're losing. And
Yeah.
we're not really losing because you have to invest in yourself. For instance,
Yeah.
when I first started 10 years ago,
Hmm.
my first coach, I went big. I went big. That was the kind of person I am. I have to go big because the small people aren't touching it. I
Yeah.
hired Thick and Grow Rich, the
Hmm.
operations manager,
Yep.
right? So, and he wanted 5,500 a month,
Yeah.
and it's like, well, I don't have that kind of money.
Hmm.
And he says, well, how much do you have? And I said, well, I have 2,100 in the bank. He said, well, you're gonna have to give me 1,400 down.
Hmm.
And I said, well, how am I going to do this? And then I started focusing on how am I going to pay my bills? How am I going to do this? How am I going to do that? It was like
Yeah.
security, knowing that the stuff was paid. Next thing
Yeah.
you know, he brought me out of that stinking thinking, I'll call it,
Uh-huh.
and the resistance that I was having and the roadblock. And
Hmm.
he taught me that if I do the work and invest in myself, that 1,400,
Yeah.
2 weeks when I pay him the other 1,400, I
Hmm.
will, I will have that no problem at all. Plus, and it just happened like that because I think I made 17,000 in that 2 weeks.
Wow.
Yeah, so it was
That,
definitely a good start. And I think
yeah.
that month I cleared like 47,000.
Amazing. Yeah. Think and Grow Rich is definitely an amazing book. I remember reading it a while back, and I haven't gone back to it, so I probably need to go back to it and see, what I'm missing out, because that's one thing that I love about books is books give you so much information that you can
Mm.
then, absorb it and then see how you can use it in your daily life.
Well, see, books, I'll tell you something now. A lot of people think, okay, I'm going to write a book and I'm going to get rich. It doesn't happen that way.
No.
You have to do a lot of marketing and you got to do a lot
Hmm.
of things on the side. See, one thing a book does is give you credibility,
It does. Yep.
and that's one thing I want to express big time. The
Hmm.
credibility of being an international bestseller. But what makes you different in that is the books you actually are in. So, Magnetic Entrepreneur, Personality Tracks, is accumulation of 15 different authors from all walks of life.
Yeah.
And they collaborate together and they do their each individual story, and the book just comes out fascinating.
No, that is absolutely true. People get, they truly get the bang for their buck
Oh, yeah.
because they're not just reading one person's story, they're reading 15 stories. And when you look at it that way, like, that's an amazing amount of value.
And you know what? The stuff that I put out there for the authors that are in there, the co authors, I mean, I treat them all like brothers and sisters, as you know.
Yeah.
I do the best I can to make sure, and it's a big responsibility on my part. And you know what? I'm not really charging all that much as other people would be.
Hmm.
Right? I'm only charging basically enough to, yeah, pay my bills, but I also have to pay my team. I have to pay my marketing team. I have to pay my editing team, my interior exterior designers. I have to pay for all these things to be done. And a book is not exactly cheap if you want it done proper.
Absolutely.
So I mean, I just released the cover page of the second book, as you would seen this morning, and then I one another thing I wanted to do is I said I wanted to do something even more than this to show appreciation to all the authors out there,
Hmm.
and that's when I decided to do an author awards. So I do Magnetic Entrepreneur Affiliate and Authors Awards 2019 here in Canada. This
Hmm.
is going to be the first in Canada.
Nice.
So I'm definitely going all out to make sure I had all the rooms downstairs and the one above.
Yeah.
Make sure I had it all clear. And then, I mean, yeah, it's costing quite a bit of money, but you know what?
Yes.
I'm looking for that one sponsor that will help out, or
Hmm.
maybe two sponsors. They'll get credited big time.
Yeah.
I'm looking for the volunteers to come in, and I'm looking for people that the odd person that wants to come in and be on stage because I have 25 people
Yeah.
in a competition on the first day.
Nice.
They're gonna have 5 minutes on stage. They only pay $147, right?
Yeah.
So they pay
Yeah.
$147 to get 5 minutes on stage, and my team
Okay.
that I picked, right? The
Hmm.
team
Hmm.
that I picked gets to dilute it down to 5 people. So
Okay.
the top 5 people, what they win is they're going to have a package deal. So the very first person obviously gets an award.
Yeah.
It's an award ceremony. I will be handing out like 40 different awards. And the first person also gets coaching for a month,
Hmm.
and they'll get a chapter in the next upcoming book.
Nice.
The number 2 spot and 3 spot will also get a chapter in the book.
Hmm.
Now, number 3 and 4 spot, they'll get half price in the next upcoming books, whatever
Sure.
they choose to come in. I can't give all 5 because, I mean, it does
Of
get a little
course.
pricey on my
This is
end.
crazy.
Yeah,
Yeah, it is.
yeah. So, I mean, 5 people at 25 people, and they have 5 minutes each. I
Hmm.
think it's going to be quite the event, and it's
No,
on the Sunday.
absolutely.
On the
Absolutely.
It's the red carpet event on the Sunday.
Nice. Now, one thing that you mentioned earlier was how you remove the volume from Magnetic Entrepreneur, and it's just Magnetic Entrepreneur personality
Mhm.
that attracts. And then you have the subtitle of, it could be anything.
Yeah,
It almost sounds like how the book series, well, I don't know if you call it a book series, but you have a ton of books on blah, blah, blah for dummies, blah, blah, blah for dummies, blah, blah, blah.
it's pretty much the
And
same.
I was looking the other day at my beekeeping club meeting, and this guy had beekeeping for dummies. And, it's got that yellow and black cover, and it's like immediately recognizable branding.
Yeah, the theme.
The theme, yes.
He's got the theme that is recognized. If you just change the wording, it still recognizes the theme.
Exactly. So I'm thinking that's what you're aiming for with the Magnetic Entrepreneur.
Yeah. See, I was taking Jack Canfield's course. It's a 10-day free course. Anybody can get it. It's for it's quite amazing to take because it actually walked me through. And I was in the shower thinking to myself, well, I want to make $100,000. So how can I do it?
Yeah.
And then it just dawned on me that, Chicken Soup for the Soul series. I mean, that's the exact same thing. Well, actually, the wife mentioned Chicken Soup for the Soul. She mentioned that word.
Yeah.
Right. And it's like, bang, that might work. I
Nice.
changed the volume off it and started moving towards it. And there's like people just want to get in this book like there's no tomorrow.
That's
I was
amazing.
actually talking to a lady last night in Pakistan, and she says, I would love to be in this book.
Yeah.
And I walked her through, I don't know, probably about an hour's worth of the different things that I do with the book. I had to show her tangible proof, obviously, which I have no problem.
Yeah.
Other testimonials that come in. There's a guy in the book, in the first book. He is a media, he owns his own media business for years. He's written a book, but he's never became an international bestseller or a bestseller. He didn't know the key, but at the same time, hit this India. At the same time, owns a business for media and became 7 awards. He got 7 awards, achieved 7 awards in media.
Wow.
But still did not get out there to become international bestseller or bestseller.
That's interesting.
Yeah, it kind of blew my mind. And then he asked me, he goes, Robert, what's the secret? I said, I'll tell you what, write a chapter, get in the book, and we'll show you the secret. I'm not going to tell you, I'll show you it. Right?
Yeah.
And he got to see the transformation. Now he did a testimony for me. It's absolutely amazing because he can't believe how fast I did it. And then a little bit of cost to get in there. He says, I can't believe it.
Yeah.
And then at the end, I'll be honest with you, I don't really charge that much for the actual book itself at the end. I was going to do, before people just get copies off me for a wholesale price.
Yeah.
Well, I'm still debating on just actually giving the people the book and let them load it themselves to give 100% royalties because, it's as long as the book's getting out there, my name in it, my stuff.
Yeah.
Why do I care?
You're getting that long tail feedback because you just mentioned Jack Canfield, and I visited his website, and I was like, wow, this is awesome. So he didn't have to market to me, but since he left an impression on you, you mentioned him. I went and found, I went and looked him up. So that's called the long tail.
That's right.
In the search engine, market. And so you're building that long tail.
It's like when you go in the Amazon, when you go in Amazon.ca or just Amazon, and you write in Robert J. Moore, a different style of books will come up because I've co-written books with other people.
Yeah.
And they put me down as the author on there. So now they're tagged in with me.
Yes.
I'm tagged in with all these other celebrity figures.
Exactly.
And it brings me up a lot closer to them. And then the people that come in, the 15 people that come in the book, each of them, every 3 months, I bring 15 people to a new level.
Yeah.
But I want to mention, I have an affiliate program. If you've already been an author of mine and you want to be in the affiliate program, all right, here's how it works.
Okay.
I can come to you and say, okay, here's what we got going on. I charge a certain amount to you. Yeah. Right. You charge a certain amount to those other people, and I tell people the price because it's a contract. Right. And they charge a certain amount, and they make like $300 per chapter, so they make $4,500 off per book.
Got it.
Right. And that's a nice chunk for a book. I mean, all you have to do is get the 15 people in to agree and make sure they have their chapters in. That's all you have to do. I do the rest. I do my team. My team is a wonderful team. They do all the work.
Right. So you have to be an author to be able to bring in these people.
Yeah. That's what I figured. I mean, it's the best way to go because then they understand the concept of the book.
Yeah.
No sense trying to explain it to someone that hasn't been in the book yet.
Right. Then it's like, okay.
Yeah.
No, that totally makes sense. And I can certainly think of a lot of people that might be able to benefit from being in a book.
Sure. And I have a team. You a little something. There's more to it too. I actually give like I would give 100% royalties to you guys as affiliate because I hand the book to you. I hand it
Right,
out
right,
to you. If
right.
you want to hand it out to them,
Yeah,
your business on that part. But at
of
the same
course.
time, where it says Robert J. Moore up top,
Yeah.
right below that, as affiliate, as a package deal, I
Mm-hmm.
actually put co-authored and then that
Mm,
person's name right
got it.
underneath mine. So it really brings
Right.
the value of that
Yeah,
up.
absolutely. No, that's a really good idea. I've been thinking just after, for a while about this once you first mentioned it to me a while back. And I have a team of cyclists, and
Mm-hmm.
they'll talk about, I mean, it's my team, and we cycle, we road bike a lot. And all they talk about every day is bike gear,
That's perfect.
what bike,
Down the back with
basically,
their own experiences.
yeah, all of their own experiences. So I was wondering if, because it says magnetic entrepreneur, now not all of them are entrepreneurs. Some of them, work for another company. Most of them actually work for somebody else. Maybe some of them have their own businesses. So would it be
I wouldn't matter
fair?
because you're looking at the category. I mean, if you
Hmm.
look at the book, it's either way, it's still magnetic entrepreneur, a personality
Yeah,
that attracts. They have
yeah,
a personality that attracts. Obviously, it's attracting other cyclists.
that's
Um,
true.
Now, if you look at it, here's the way I would look at it. Okay,
Hmm.
magnetic entrepreneur is me. That's me behind the scenes.
Yeah.
That's my theme. It's
Hmm.
my branding,
Hmm.
right? So
Yeah.
magnetic entrepreneur, personality that attracts for cyclists.
Hmm.
You just put down for cyclists on it, and it just changes the whole tone
It
of the
changes the
book.
whole tone of it. Yeah. No, that's something I'm going to pursue
Yeah, I
in
mean, we
the
could
coming
definitely
months. We'll
put
see.
that together and work on that afterwards, and make sure we get you going on that because, and if there's ever any help, I mean, I'm there,
Nice.
right? And
Another one that I was thinking of, since I am part of a beekeeping club,
yeah,
beekeepers. Why not?
if
Because
whatever you choose.
whatever I choose, because
It's whatever you
beekeepers,
choose, as long as it's
whatever.
magnetic entrepreneur, personality
Yeah.
that attracts.
Yeah.
It could be for women, it could be for men, cyclists,
It
it
could be
could be
anything,
for
right?
Florida, it could be for a state, it could be for a country, it could be for as long as I agree on the wording of it.
Yeah. Yeah.
It can't be something that's going to put me in a bad position.
No, no, absolutely. We want to be something that you yourself can see yourself
Yeah,
in that part.
because
Like,
I'm not into witchcraft and
no.
like that. You know what I mean? Like, well, I've had one person ask me if they can actually do voodoo, and I said I prefer not to.
Yeah, because
Not my.
just
I am a Christian. I
yeah,
do believe
yeah,
in Christianity, and I'm a follower of Jesus, but
yes.
I don't believe in putting something that's going to put me down.
No, no, absolutely. No, those are really good points. Wow. Where can folks find you if they want to, get to know more about you, more about the books? And you already mentioned we can search Robert J. Moore on Amazon and find all the books. Where else can people go?
Facebook, Robert J. Moore. I'm also
Okay.
the business name on their
Hmm.
business page is Robert J. Moore.
Okay.
I used to have it Robert J. Moore Inspires, but I kept it my own name
Sure.
because it's the branding behind everything, right?
Yeah.
I'm an international speaker. I speak all over the world and do
Yeah.
podcasts. I'm in magazines from here to there. I mean, it's amazing
Yeah,
the
it
amount
is.
of attention that I get at times and how busy I could be. But I always
Hmm.
try and make that extra time for people to do, like yourself. When you ask and you say, "Wow, that was easy to do," it's
Yeah,
all about just
absolutely.
asking the question.
Got it. No,
Do you think all these people in my book come to me and say, "Hey, listen, I'd like to write a forward"?
no, no. You have
Not
to go
one bit.
ask them. Yeah.
You have to ask them, and you know what? If you don't put it in the proper perspective,
Yeah.
if you don't show them the credibility behind your name, and
Hmm.
the reason for them doing it, you're not going to get nowhere.
Nice.
So
That's true.
I had to show them that the solution of them being in the book basically benefits not just me, but other
Yeah.
authors that are coming in, and
Yeah.
that how it will enhance their lives because they're all about helping other people.
Hmm.
So when I show them the accountability and the responsibility of what I'm doing,
Yeah.
you got to show them definitely responsibility because I can't use their name in a negative way,
Right.
and that's one of the main
You
things.
don't want to.
Yeah, I mean that's why I'm very cautious why I'm doing this book and how I'm doing this book. I hired a manager.
Hmm.
He's doing 2 books out in Dubai right now.
Yeah.
And I have another guy in Florida doing one, another one in where is he? New York City.
Nice.
Yeah, I mean, there's about 7 books out there right now that are being built through these
Hmm.
other people. So it's a nice structure going through. It keeps me busy, and I'm still working on more forwards.
Okay.
And I am looking at doing videos in the future to help expose
Yeah.
these people.
Yeah.
But I might have to hire 2 or 3 people to actually do the actual videos with them, and
Got it.
they'll still be on my page or whatever it may
Yeah.
be, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
So
That's fantastic. Well, thank you so much, Robert, for your time, and thank you for so much knowledge that you've shared.
yeah, no worries.
We really appreciate it, and we'll looking forward to talking with you more, and looking forward to the amazing books that as they come out.
All right, I appreciate the time.
Thank you. Thank you so much for taking the time to listen to this episode on Hacks and Hobbies. We absolutely appreciate your contribution. You can find additional notes on hacksandhobbies.com. Please share the podcast with your friends and tell them what you learned about our guest today.